Thank you. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the latest edition of Rebels Radio here from the Colesberg Stadium, home of Biggleswade Town, as this rearranged game finally gets played here, and we'll bring you all of the action here with Rebels Radio, and you can get in contact with us as well, and we'll give you all of the scores from what was going to be a couple of games, but there's only a couple of remainers, so we'll keep you up to date with those as well. Thank you very much for joining us here at Rebels Radio. We're brought to you by our two sponsors. They are the Slough Town Supporters Trust, and you can see more details on them on sloughtown-supporters-trust.co.uk, including the sponsored walk details, which is for the last home game of the season. That's the league game of the season. That's the 28th of April. If you're interested in becoming involved with the sponsored walk, you can do either the full half marathon one, which is the 13 miles, or there is a 6-mile one as well to go through as well. And if you want to do that, then you can do that. They've also got other comings there, and this year's charity is Berkshire Vision, which helps the visually impaired, so raising money for a good cause there as well. We've also got our other sponsors, our My Football Club. You can find out more about them, the online football community, by going on to the Pachero website and typing in MyFC, and that will give you all of the details of those guys there. We're going to run through the teams with you again, keep you up to date with up and coming games, the scores as well, and we've even got a half-time quiz because I know you all like it so much, and we've got a couple of questions for you as well, so we'll run through those for you as well. If you would like to get in contact with us here at Rebels Radio, you can do so on two ways. You can do so on Twitter. It's at MyFC Rebels Radio. It's all one word, all in lowercase. Or if you're listening via the YouTube, as some of you already are, then you can come through on the comments section underneath where you're listening, and it'll come through there, and it'll come to me, and we'll give you a shout out. So already we've got Freddie Burton, David Pengelly, Darren Yates and Neil Humphrey who are listening in already. So good evening to you guys. We'll keep you up to date with everything going on this afternoon. You may find that you might have a couple of problems. YouTube are having the problems with their servers, so hopefully their stuff works and it will keep us going. We've only just literally had a team sheet handed in, so it's a little bit late here at the Colesberg Stadium, home of Biggleswade Town, and for those of you who've been keeping up to date with the news, they still don't have a proper goalkeeper, so again their captain and right midfielder will play in goal for them. I'll run through those two sides for you in a second. So other games in the Southern Premier League this evening, which have survived the weather, is Merthyr Town versus Cheshire United and Royston versus Banbury. The two games postponed were Dunstable versus Gosport, that bottom of the table clash, and then also St Ives versus Redditch. So those games are off. Right, up and coming fixtures for you for the Rebels. We're back at home for the first time in 3 games on Saturday, where on the 14th of April it's Kings Lynn, currently sitting second in the league, come down and visit Harbour Park. That's a 3 o'clock kick-off, and if you'd like to come down for that, please come down and enjoy the hospitality we've got there. Then again, it's an away game after that. That's on the Monday. So that will be the Monday, the 16th of April, away to Hitchin Town, 7:45 kick-off. Then we've got a home game on the Wednesday. That's the Berks and Bucks Senior Cup tie against MK Dons, and that'll be a 7:45 kick-off. And then we've got a Saturday game away to Dorchester on our Saturday league game of the season, away to Dorchester on the 21st of April. So we've got 4 games in the space of 8 days. So keep your eyes on that and come down to those, as many as you can. We'll also try and keep you up to date with some of those scores around other games as well. You may be chosen to watch the Champions League tonight, in which case we'll let you off. And Slough on a good run here at the moment. They're winning 6 of their last 7 games. But in previous games against Biggleswade, although Slough won 9 out of the 16 meetings, all 4 victories that Biggleswade have come here at their home ground, so it's not going to be as easy as people will believe. In fact, the last 2 meetings at home have been won by Biggleswade, including last season where they won 3-0 in a game where Rhys Honus, who now plays for Kettering, scored a hat-trick. Slough did win the counter earlier in the season after going behind, and they won that one 2-1 with goals from Warren Harris and Brad Watkins, neither of whom are here this evening, I'm afraid. Biggleswade Town, although They're in a mid-table position. They are the third lowest scorers in the Southern Premier League. Only Dunstable and Gosport, the very bottom two, have scored less goals. But they have also the best defensive record outside of the top five. So it's not going to be an easy game for the Rebels here this evening. And it's going to be interesting to see how Biggleswade cope with their standing goalkeeper as well. We're going to bring you the two sides for you now. Just every time we seem to come to a ground just lately, we seem to be sat right next to a speaker from the tannoys, but hopefully you all hearing us well and everything there. Good evening. Okay, apologies there. We seem to just bear with me 2 seconds. We're having a few problems with the YouTube server at the moment. Just bear with me just to make sure that I've got everything going. Apologies. The YouTube server was down. If someone could just come on and just say that they can hear me, that'd be great. If you're on the YouTube chat, that'd be great. And so, good evening. Yes, so I'm going to run through the two sides. Sorry, starting with the home side. Craig Daniel is in goal. He's the captain.
Can we make some noise for the boys?
Just,
Biggleswade town.
oh, jeez. See what I mean. So, I'll run through the two sides with you again, starting with the home side. 1 is Craig Daniel, 2 Jordan Patrick, 3 Lucas Perry, 4 Reece Fielding, 5 Nathan Hicks, 6 Gavin Hoyt, 7 is Greg Casiboni, 8 Connor Hall, 9 Jack Bowen, 10 Robbie Parker, 11 Tony Burnett. Subs for Biggleswade this evening are 12 George Bailey, 14 Luca Allinson Stelham, 15 is Sam Elliott, 16 is Tashan Griffiths, and 17 is Mark Coulson. For the Rebels in goal is Jack Turner, 2 Sean Fraser, 3 George Wells, 4 Matt Day, 5 is Guy Hollis, 6 is the captain Lee Togwell, 7 James Dobson, 8 Scott Davies, 9 Manny Williams, 10 Chris Flood, and 11 is Harrison Gilk. Substitutes for the Rebels this evening are 12 Josh Jackman, 14 Nathan Smart, 15 Mark Nisbet, 16 Matt Lynch, and 18 is Perry Coles. And my apologies that we've had a bit of a crash of the YouTube of their main server's down, and we've had to use a second server, which unfortunately made everything crash. So please just bear with us, and it's will hopefully just last the rest of the game. So my apologies for that. It's totally out of my hands, but I will try to keep that going. Just remember, we will have a half-time quiz, and we'll tweet out one of the questions for that as well, just for a bit of fun. Indeed, Biggleswade are playing in orange this evening. They used to play in green, so I don't know if they changed their colours this season for a reason. And just waiting for the referee today is Mr. Paul Forrester. His assistants are Mario Stetakovic and Tom Raffaram. Those are your officials for this evening's game. And it's just the two captains being called over here this evening. Lee Togwell, the Slough captain this evening. And apologies again for the loss of sound there. So we're just waiting for the sides to choose which way to go. Good evening to Lorna Fraser. Sean Fraser just 1 away now after tonight's appearance from being in that top 20. And it's an excellent accolade for him to achieve. Hopefully he'll achieve it in the next game. We'll run through the fact that Slough are going to be shooting from right to left this first half. And again, just to remember that Biggleswade Town have a winger in goal in Craig Daniel. But it's Biggleswade who will have the kick-off here this evening. As we wait for everyone just to get into position here. And it's Biggleswade wearing orange shirts, black shorts and black socks against Slough in their all blue away kit. We will get this game underway. Eventually, I think the referee's this way in. Goalkeeper's ready. Contenders ready. Come on now, ref, get on with it. And there you go, we have kick-off here, and the ball's here immediately with Connor Hall. Played out here looking for the pace of Bowen, but it's gone straight out of play and is out for a throw to the Rebels. Taken quickly, sounding James Dobson. His ball coming is, let's just say, agriculturally cleared by Connor Hall, and it's gone out of play for a throw to the Rebels here this evening. And the pitch not looking too bad here. If you've ever been to the Biggleswade ground, they've got a main stand here on this near hand side. Then on the far hand side there's a little bit by the halfway line that has some cover. We're running out of balls already. And then behind one of the goals there's a little bit of a shed to one side, and the other goal is clear. So it's a throw here for Slough, taken by Wells onto Dobson. It's headed away by Wells, then headed away by Perry. Comes into the centre where Scott Davies plays the ball out here to Sean Fraser on that right back position, being chased down by Bowen. Played the ball down the field, headed away well by Patrick. Only comes into the centre where Togwell wins it for Slough and finds Harrison Gilks. He's robbed of the ball on the far side by Burnett, holds the ball up well, and then it's played away off the head of Sean Fraser and out for a Biggleswade town throw. And it will be the left back Perry who will take this throw down that far hand side. And a long throw here, aimed towards Burnett, who does well to flick the ball on, trying to find Bowen, but it comes off the leg of Guy Hollis, who's returning today, making his 196th appearance for the Rebels this evening. And the throw again will come in from Perry on that far hand side, and in towards Burnett. Now won the ball back, and Davis running with the ball, being pulled there, but the referee has let play go on and then pulls it back for the foul there. And it's a free kick to Slough, 10 yards inside their own half. And it will be Sean Fraser to take this free kick, trying to test the ball down the side there for Flood to chase, but Daniel, the goalkeeper, comes out to that one and gets there first for Biggleswade. Daniel all dressed in purple this afternoon, or this evening I should say. And a long ball down the field by him, catches in the air, and Togwell wins the first header, trying to find Manny Williams, but it's headed away by Nix. Comes through here to Flood, and Flood just escapes a couple of challenges in towards Dobson, 25 yards from goal, shoots from distance, and it's just wide of the goal and out of play for a goal kick. I wonder if Slough have got a shoot on sight policy this evening, as with this untried goalkeeper who's actually done very well in the 2 games he's played, kept draws in both of those and got man of the match, I believe, against Banbury on Saturday. And Daniel will look to take this goal kick for Biggleswade. And long ball out again, looking for Burnett on the far hand side. Fraser gets in there and wins the header. It comes through here towards Togwell inside the centre circle and finds George Wells. Wells just chipping the ball forward, trying to find Manny Williams over the head of Hoyt. Hoyt just gets a touch on it, and it's going to be a throw to Slough right by the corner flag, deep inside the Biggleswade half, on the far hand side of our commentary position here. And it's Guy Hollis who will jog across to take this. I was going to say jog on then, and then realise what I was going to say. Guy Hollis jogs across to take this, and Matt Day is coming forwards for Slough for this long throw into the box. And it is literally a couple of yards away from that corner flag on the far hand side. Hollis just arching his back as he takes this throw. Just one of the Biggleswade subs just stood in his way there, and he's just going to come back in to launch this in. It goes through, headed away well by Hicks, flicked on there by Parker, and it's come out here on the far hand side to Hollis, who crosses in first time, but again too much on it, goes out of play, and out of play for a goal kick to Biggleswade. So early days here at the Carlsberg Stadium. And the other game is that's on at really interesting out is the Royston Banbury United game. If Royston don't win tonight, they can't get into the playoffs, and Banbury is a very tough fixture, so that's one to keep our eyes out on. And also the only other team that can really get into the playoffs apart from Slough is Tiverton, who aren't playing tonight. Headed away by Hollis, and it's flicked on there by Hicks, headed away by Matt Day. It comes through and then flicked away by Hollis, trying to find Flood. Oh, it comes off Manny Williams, but Hoyt just shoves him off the ball and wins it back, and then finds Patrick under pressure from James Dobson, and plays the ball down here towards Casiboni. Casiboni back in towards the Patrick, the right back. It's played forward here looking for Hall, headed away by Matt Day. Togwell slips, and it comes back here to Casiboni, who tries to turn on that near hand side, hits it straight at Togwell, and it rebounds kindly here for James Dobson. Dobson's first chance to run at Patrick. He's stopped in his trap, but he keeps hold of the ball, cuts inside, and just tries to find Manny Williams and gets hold of him on the second attempt. It's kept in well there by Togwell, And Togwell here on this right hand side just flicks the ball into the path of George Wells. It cuts it in towards Dobson. Dobson was to kick in, plays the ball into the box. Oh, it slid in away, and it's just gone out for a corner there to the Rebels. And it came off Reese Fielding, it was, with the clearance there, and the goalkeeper came out for it. Reese Fielding got a foot to it, and it went straight out of play for the first corner of the day here. I should say day, it's the evening really, isn't it? Because it is 7:45. It doesn't feel like it. It's quite light here still at Biggleswade. And it will be James Dobson to take this corner. It's going to be an outswinging corner here for the Rebels to try and test the goalkeeper's played in too much close. Oh, he's almost gone for goal actually, is Dobson. I think he apologised. I don't think he meant to do that. But Daniel has to push the ball over the top of the bar for another corner to Slough. And again, Dobson will take it from the same side. And again, it will be an outswinging corner. Talbot's just jogging close to just to pull the player out of position for this one. But it will be again a James Dobson corner here for Slough. This one's whipped in with a bit of pace. Goalkeeper misses it, comes through to Manny Williams. He gets the ball down. His shot's blocked. Comes back out towards Manny Williams. Flicks in here, and Slough will get the ball back here with Dobson, who crosses in first time. Bounces well. Keeper just pushes it out of the way, and in the end it's cleared in the far side by Hall, and it comes through here to Slough, who keep the ball in here with George Wells back here with Fraser's ball in, finds Dobson. It comes here towards Flood. He tries to play it back in, and it's one back here with Biggleswade, who tried to hit on the break, but Guy Hollis is across for Slough and has plenty of time on the ball to take that down and control it, and plays it here looking for the run of Chris Flood. Flood will try and ghost in on the far hand side. He's going to try and keep the ball in by the corner flag, does really well, and then finds James Dobson. Dobson crosses in first time, trying to find Manny Williams. Manny Williams inside the 6-yard box, but Hoyt takes it off him and clears there, and it's gone out of play for I'm not sure if it's gone out for a corner. I think it's gone out for a throw right by the corner flag there. This time Slough aren't going to take it quickly here with Dobson in towards George Wells. Wells crosses in first time, bounces in front, and Slough trying to get there with Harrison Gilks. It comes out towards Gilks, and Gilks, he scores! It's Harrison Gilks. He's got it goal, and for a person who's had 2 years of injury hurt. Was it Floody? We think Floody scored. Are you sure? Well, I think it might be Flood that scores. It's Gilksy that scored, wasn't it? Somebody scored. Gilks or Flood. We'll find out in a second when they announce it. That's their fault. I don't care what they're singing behind the goal. We think it's Chris Flood actually that gets the goal, not Harrison Gilks. So Slough score on 8 minutes. And first goal there for the Rebels given to Chris Flood. My apologies to Harrison Gilks there. And it's Slough with that early lead. And that puts Chris Flood on 21 goals for the season here for the Rebels. And we wait for the kick-off to come, that goal on 8 minutes. And the referee just making sure it's taken by Robbie Parker. Played out here immediately on the far hand side. Bowen flicks the ball on and finds Connor Hall, but it's closed down well by George Wells. Ball comes into the centre to Gilks, and Gilks gets the ball back from Flood in towards Manny Williams. Williams now spreads it here towards James Dobson. Down this left hand side, Dobson being told to cross in early, plays the ball in, again Daniel comes out. He just drops the ball but gives it at the second attempt. And it's a good claim by the standing goalkeeper. But Slough with an early goal here at the Carlsberg Stadium. And it's headed on here by Connor Hall, finding Bowen. Bowen trying to find Casaboni down this near hand side. Casaboni wearing gloves, crosses in first time. It's a good ball, headed towards the back post, and then Jack Turner's there. And it's is it given a corner? I think it's given a corner here for Biggleswade. And I think Slough are saying that it came off the head of Connor Hall, which it did, but it's been given as a corner here on the far hand side. I can just give you a correction on the Slough Town goal scorer. I've just had the Premier League on, and apparently the goal has been given to Harry Kane because he claimed he got a touch. Not really, it was really Chris Flood, but I just thought that would be. There you go. It's trying to be topical. It's going to be a corner here for Biggleswade in. The referee has decided it's going to be a corner. Hicks is going to be the player that goes across to take this for Biggleswade. It'll be an in-swing corner for Slough to defend. And it's whipped in towards the far post, headed away well by George Wells. It comes out here towards Casaboni. Casaboni slips, keeps hold of the ball here under pressure from there, shoots from distance, and it's well saved by Jack Turner. Just bounced on the bit of sand in between his thing there, but he kept his eye on it. And it's a good save for the Slough goalkeeper. Still 1-0 here to the Rebels. And that was a joke. Harry Kane didn't score. It was Chris Flood. Chris Flood is the goal scorer here tonight. As Turner plays the ball down on the far hand side, looking to try and find Chris Flood on the far hand side. Flood will keep it in on the far side, up against Perry. Cuts inside in well, plays the ball in here, looking for Jilks. But Hoyt comes across and hoofs that ball all the way down the field. Sean Fraser's underneath it. He waits for the ball to go out of play and just slows the game down with a throw. And his throw will find Matt Day, couple of feet inside his own half. Spreads the ball immediately on this left-hand side for Dobson. Dobson gets a touch too, but he comes here towards Hicks. And Hicks trying to run through the sand in the centre. Plays the ball forwards for Bowen. Slough looking for an offside. Ball comes out here towards Connor Hall, the number 8 for Biggleswade. On the far-hand side towards Burnett. Burnett does well to skip a challenge, running with the ball. But of all people, it's Harrison Jilks coming back to clear that ball up. And it's come out here. And the ball breaks on the far-hand side to Lee Togwell. Togwell on the right-hand side. Hits it straight at Hicks, and it comes out of play for a throw to the Rebels right by their away dugout. And it'll be Sean Fraser that goes across to take this throw. And it's a good throw here by Fraser, headed away though on the far hand side by Burnett. It comes back out of play for a throw here to Slough. They gained a couple of yards with that one. And again, long throw, headed away this time by Hoyt. Comes into the centre where Hall takes the ball down and plays it here towards Burnett on the left-hand side. Finds inside here towards Parker. Parker's ball over the top, looking for Casaboni. Wells wins the header and finds Dobson. Dobson trying to flick the ball round past Patrick. He's being held up by the right back, but tries to dink the ball past him. Doesn't get it, and Patrick wins the ball back here. And it's here with Nathan Hicks in the centre for Biggleswade. Looking to play the ball across to the left-back Perry. Perry has a bit of space, finds Burnett down the left-hand side, just inside his own half. Back here to the Perry, the left-back, and he chips the ball forward. So he's looking for the run of Jack Bowen, but it goes out of play and out for a throw to the Rebels. So 12 minutes gone here at the moment. Still Slough with that early goal. They lead here 1-0. And the referee is just, I think he's just deciding whether it's a free kick or a throw. It's a throw which Slough take quickly and find the goalkeeper Jack Turner. Turner dressed in red this evening. Longfield down there, well flicked on by James Dobson, but it goes all the way through to Daniel in the Biggleswade goal. And it's got Manny Williams standing in front of him as he kicks his ball long into this evening now. Underneath it for Slough is Scott Davies. Looks a lucky ricochet and finds Casaboni. Casaboni keeps the ball well and plays it here on the far hand side to Pat Parker. And that will be a bit of a wasted ball. Goes through to the goalkeeper Jack Turner. Royston have taken the lead as well in their game. Royston are 1-0 up. And be aware that Royston need to win that game if there are any chance of catching the Rebels. Long ball forward here, trying to find Harrison Jilks. Headed away by Perry. Then it's well won back by Davies. Ball from through to Hoyt. Hoyt just plays it across to Patrick, the right back. He just comes in, just evades the challenge of Williams and in towards the centre back Fielding, and here with Hoyt. Ball's here with Hicks being chased down by Lee Togwell, but managed to get the ball out onto the left hand side where Perry can bring the ball forwards here for Biggleswade. Finds Burnett. Burnett does well to turn Sean Fraser, but wins a free kick here on the far hand side for a foul by Sean Fraser. And it will be a free kick for the home side, just a couple of feet inside their own half. And taken quickly. Ball here with Parker. Parker trying to chip the ball in, looking for Bowen. Bowen with the header there, but it's come through here towards George Wells, and Wells can clear, looking for the run of Chris Flood. Flood here up against Fielding. Flood will almost get there first, but it's a good sliding challenge by Reece Fielding. The ball goes out of play for a throw to the Rebels. And the referee's saying he wants a ball, but the referee's not looking here, is he? Dobson have got to pick the ball up. The referee called for a ball, so there's 2 balls on the pitch. And the play is stopped. It's come quickly from the throw here from Dobson towards Wells. Wells crossed his first time, but no one in the box for the Rebels, and it's straight out of play for a goal kick. So just a reminder, we will have a half-time quiz for you as well. And trust me, it's one that you'll savour. Well, don't trust me really, but anyway, it'll be a half-time quiz. That something or other will be going on. No prizes as usual, just the luxury of getting it right. There's a couple of local police constables here because Biggleswade's next big game is at home to Hereford. Ball headed on here by Bowen. It finds Hall on the far hand side. He's got two Slough players around him. Hollis sticks a leg out and plays it off Hollis, and is out of play for a throw to Biggleswade on the far hand side. Yes, Hereford are the next visitors here to the Carlsberg Stadium. That's their next big game, and that's next Tuesday. Quick throw comes in on the far hand side, finds Parker. Parker's ball comes in, and it's a shot on the far hand side by Hicks. It goes well wide of the goal, and it's out of play for a goal kick. Slough just warming up some substitutes on the far hand side, and it's Jack Turner will take this goal kick for the Rebels, and Turner just taking his time. The referee just telling him to hurry it up here. Slough time wasting in the 15th minute of the game, and it's Turner to take this goal kick for the Rebels here. Aimed again here towards Dobson. Dobson beaten to the ball. It's come through, and it comes off the head of Connor Hall, who pleads innocence. But it's a throw to the Rebels here. Not many people here this evening. Looks like many of you are watching the Champions League. Ball's here with Wells. Skips past Casaboni. Still runs with the ball onto the edge of the area. Chips the ball in, looking for Williams. Williams gets a good header, but it's just wide of the goal, and it's gone out of play for a goal kick. So there you go. 16 minutes gone here at the Carlsberg Stadium. Slough with that one goal lead given to them by Chris Flood on 8 minutes. And it's the goalkeeper Daniel to take this goal kick to get this game back underway here. And again, good long kick here, aimed towards Hall. Hall being held. Day wins the header, flicked on by Flood, trying to find Manny Williams. Hoyt stretches to get the ball away, but Davies is in there quick for the Rebels and wins it back and finds Dobson down this left hand side. Dobson crosses, well, it's got a bit of a touch on it, and Hoyt gets a touch. It goes through to the goalkeeper, and Slough obviously being told to put balls into the box quickly here, which is what they're doing down this left hand side when Dobson gets the ball, testing out the goalkeeper. But so far apart from the mistake he made for the goal, he's not done too bad. Long kick by him, trying to find Burnett on the far hand side. Fraser wins the ball well and finds Jilks. Jilks just spreads it back out here for Fraser on the overlap, crossing the halfway line. Hits the ball straight at Perry, and it goes out of play for a throw to the Rebels on the far hand side. It's going to be Sean Fraser that will take this throw for the Rebels. A few feet inside the Biggleswade half. Long throw by him, headed away by Perry. It's flicked on here by Parker in towards Bowen. Bowen beaten to the ball by Hollis and then played forwards by Togwell. This is a free header for Fielding to head away. Flicked on again. Comes through to Hollis. Oh, Hollis hooks that ball backwards, and Jack Turner comes racing out of his goal to the sideline to get there first and puts a lot of distance on it, trying to find James Dobson. Ball by him finds Manny Williams. Williams on the far hand side finding Flood, gets into the box, gets a shot in, it's blocked, it's gone in, it's a mistake by the goalkeeper, and Slough have a second goal here this evening, and it's a 2. That was definitely Floody this time, and it's Chris Flood with the second for the Rebels here, and this time unfortunately it was a mistake by the goalkeeper, who doesn't get helped by the fact that there's a sand pit in front of his position. And again it's on 19 minutes that goes to Slough, a 2-goal lead here, and there'll be no jokes about Harry Kane this time. Slough 2-goal lead here, both goals coming from Chris Flood. That now makes him the leading goal scorer for the Rebels, overtaking James Dobson. And it's Biggleswade with the kick-off. Here it comes here towards Patrick, plays it straight out of play here, and Slough with some good pressure on here at the moment. And so far these first 19 minutes have been very polished by the Rebels, not allowing Biggleswade much time, and it'll be a throw to the Rebels here, 10 yards inside their own half. George Wells, the left back, to take this one, and throws it long here looking for Flood. Flood does well to win the header on. It comes through to Jilks. Jilks takes it in his stride, goes past one. He's up against Hicks here, gets past him, gets across into the centre. It's left by Manny Williams. Manny Williams tries to find on the far hand side Davies. There's a sliding tackle by Hoyt, and it's a great sliding tackle, blocks the shot, and it's saved by Daniel. But good to see Scott Davies coming in on that far hand side there, and Harrison Jilks coming on the left hand side. He can play either side of the midfield. Daniel with this long kick down the field, aimed for Connor Hall. It comes off Hall's head last, and it'll be a throw to the Rebels. And then let Guy Hollis come and take this throw. I can just see Simon down in front of me watching the Champions League semi-final. As the throw comes through here to Jack Turner, and Turner lashes that ball down the field, looking for Dawson. Dawson flicking on first time. It almost comes through to Williams, but it's fielding there first for Biggleswade, and he finds the left back Perry. Perry with the ball forward, trying to find Bowen. Bowen flicks the ball on, but Jack Turner comes to the edge of his box, or the side of his box I should say, to gather that ball under pressure from the Biggleswade striker, and then immediately kicks it long here, looking for Dobson. Dobson, does really well, flicks the ball on, trying to find Manny Williams, fielding with a clearance again, and Slough with this sustained bit of pressure here in these first 20 odd minutes. And Davies telling Wells to take the throw and find Matt Day. Day hits it in left footed to Manny Williams. Williams trying to flick the ball on. There's an offside on the far hand side against Manny Williams, and it's a free kick to Biggleswade. And it's going to be Daniel to take this free kick for the home side here. Good evening to Tequila Shark, who's listening in as well. Long ball in, headed away by Matt Day, into Dobson. Dobson little header finds Togwell. Slough playing some good football. Headed on by Williams into the path of Flood. He's got Jilks on his outside if he finds it, but he actually got Fraser on the overlap, and it's Fraser down that right hand side. Back in here towards Scott Davies. Fraser just gets back into position, but Jilks makes a little run, crunching tackle on Jilks. Well, it was fair, but Slough have the ball here with Davies, and plays the ball back here towards Guy Hollis. Hollis then under pressure just holds the ball and finds Matt Day. Day will keep the ball and find it. Hollis now keeping the ball well here, spreading it across their back four here with Sean Fraser. Fraser chipping the ball long. Flood trying to work Hoyt. Hoyt comes across with a header, comes through to Davies, who tries to find the ball towards Flood, but it's gone all the way through to the goalkeeper. And it's Daniel with the ball in his hands. And a long kick by him, aimed into the centre. Free header for Matt Day. Matt Day heads the ball on. Flood's offside, but Williams isn't, and he's put Fielding under pressure, and Fielding clears the fencing on the far hand side. It's another throw to the Rebels here, and we're halfway through the first half, and Slough been quite dominant here. 2-goal lead, both goals from Chris Flood at the moment. So a throw on the far hand side when we finally get a ball. Just waiting for a ball to come through. There we go, finally got a ball. Sean Fraser with this throw on the far hand side, halfway inside the Biggleswade half. Williams makes a run for him, gets the ball back to Fraser, and Fraser plays the ball in to Williams. Williams under pressure, loses the ball, but it's flicked off the Biggleswade player and comes here towards George Wells. Wells spreads it out high, and Flood's on the left hand side. Flood comes in trying to play a little one. He gets a 1-2 with Casaboni of all players, then gets loses the ball, but it comes back towards Togwell, and he heads it in towards Wells. Wells chips the ball forward, making Dobson chase this one. Fielding's there for Biggleswade, but Dobson chases it down well in the corner, and it comes off. Fielding still keeps the ball in there on that far hand side. That's good play by the defender. Ball into Casaboni, immediately closed down, but gets a ricochet and gets the ball here, trying to run past Togwell. Gets past him. He's got Matt Day in front of him now, trying to go past Day, and comes down this near hand side, crosses in low, and it's Davies of all people there to help clear the ball. And he plays it out here towards George Wells. Wells has got a bit of space here. Casaboni's so far up the field, he's having trouble getting back in. Played in by Wells. It's not the best of balls. Hooked clear by Fielding. Wells will get a second chance. In fact, it's come out here towards Parker. Ball played in for Bowen. Bowen up against Hollis. Hollis with a great sliding challenge to win the ball and wings the ball out here. And then clears the ball down the field for Fielding to head off the back of Patrick. And it's come through to Togwell. Togwell, a little dink over the defender towards Davies. Davies trying to one of those glory balls, looking for Jilks on the far hand side, but it's too close to the goalkeeper, and he'll just allow his team to settle a little bit down here. And Slough seems to have this idea of putting a player in front of the goalkeeper. Long kick here by Daniel, looking for Bowen. Bowen flicks the ball on well, trying to find Burnett on the far hand side. Burnett up against Fraser, skips past Fraser. Fraser fouls him. And it's a free kick here for Biggleswade. A couple of Biggleswade Fans not enjoying the tackle there by Sean Fraser. It's just a free kick. And it's a good 25-30 yards away from the Slough goal, level with the 18-yard tram line. And the two centre-backs for Biggleswade, Fielding and Hoyt, have come forwards for this free kick to be taken on the far hand side by Parker. And Slough just with some defending to do here. And just a one-man wall of Harrison Gilk standing in between this free kick. Referee just checking everything before he blows his whistle. And Parker takes his free kick. It's floated into the box, but it's an easy gather by Jack Turner, and he throws the ball out here towards Chris Flood. Flood under pressure finds George Wells, the left back, and then Wells looks up and plays the ball long, trying to find Manny Williams. Manny Williams beaten to the ball, but it comes out here towards Togwell on the centre circle and spreads it here to Harrison Gilks on the right hand side. Gilks got a bit of space here to run into here, and comes on the inside here with his left foot, plays a lovely ball in here towards Dobson. Dobson turns and shoots, and the only person that endangers is a couple of Slough fans behind the goal. But it's obviously a tactic that Slough are going to have of trying to put the goalkeeper under pressure and shooting early in the game. It's going to be a goal kick here for Biggleswade Town. And Daniel to take this goal kick. Long ball aimed here on the far hand side. Well won by Hollis, but only into the centre where it's picked up by Hicks. Hicks plays it out on the far hand side, trying to find Burnett. Good sliding challenge by Sean Fraser. Back here towards Davies. Davies' ball over the top here for Flood to chase. Hoyt comes across and he has to just hook it out of play. It's a throw to Slough on the far hand side. And it'll be Slough just going to slow the play down here a little bit. And it's going to be left for Sean Fraser to take this throw on the far side. And it's come quickly, and it's come off a Slough player. It's gone straight out of play for a throw to Biggleswade. So it's a bit dark here, but 27 minutes gone here at the moment. Still Slough with this 2-goal lead. Both goals coming from now leading scorer Chris Flood. And the throw comes on. It's Fraser who heads it on. Was clipped clear by Hollis. Gazzaboni volleys the ball clear. Well cut out by Hollis again. Only as far as Parker. Parker tries to spread the ball here to the right back Patrick. Patrick with a bit of space here to bring the ball forward. He picks out the wrong player. It's come here towards George Wells. And Wells being urged to bring the ball forwards. Finds Chris Flood inside the centre circle. Shrugged off the challenge of Connor Hall. Plays the ball back out here for Wells, who continued his run. Ball played in, trying to find Manny Williams. Williams will try and get there at the second attempt, looking for a free kick. He doesn't get it. It's going to be Biggleswade with a chance to clear, but they're immediately under pressure by Slough here. But Patrick does well to skip a challenge and then finds Gazzaboni. Gazzaboni closed down by Chris Flood, but Gazzaboni does well to skip past a couple of challenges. Davies gets his body in the way though, and it's come here towards Matt Day. And Day clears it into the centre and finds Gilks. Gilks trying to, just turns and runs into Burnett. And Biggleswade have the ball back here with Connor Hall. Connor Hall robbed of the ball by good challenge by Sean Fraser, and then here towards Scott Davies. Lets the ball run in between his legs and then finds Chris Flood. Flood though loses the ball. So now trying to play a little bit too much tricky football here at the moment. Need to keep it simple. Ball here with Gazzaboni being urged to run at the Slough defence. And Flood and Patrick's been has pulled back Chris Flood as Chris Flood came to defend. I can tell you that Chesham are leading in their game away to Merford. Royston still leading 1-0. And Patrick had pulled Flood down, according to the right in front of the linesman on this near hand side. So it's a free kick here to the Rebels. And it's going to be Jack Turner, the Slough goalkeeper, to take this free kick. Quite close to the sideline here. And Turner, long kick by him. It's going to go all the way through though to the goalkeeper Daniel. And Jack needs to just keep his eye on the game and get back into goal. He's right on this near sideline, but Daniel has the ball here, the Biggleswade goalkeeper. And he kicks it long into this now darkening sky. Matt Day, little push in the back of Connor Hall there, and right in front of us. There's one gentleman near us thinks that that's the first foul that they've been given, but obviously not. But it is a free kick here to Biggleswade. A couple of feet inside the Slough half. Parker standing over this free kick. And again, the two centre-backs in Hoyt and Fielding have gone forwards for this ball. And Manny Williams just having the referee come over and speak to him. He's saying, is that 10 yards? He's saying, come back a yard. There you go. So he comes back a yard. And it will be Parker to take this free kick in the end. 1 more yard from little Manny Williams, just smiling as the referee makes him go back an extra yard. And it will be a free kick in the end here for Biggleswade Town. Parker to take this free kick, plays it into the lots of pulling on the far hand side. It will come through here to Hollis, who smashes that in. I've even lost flight of the ball. It's so dark up there. It's come through here towards Flood. Flood's little header in, tries to find Dobson. Dobson gets there first and finds Manny Williams. Williams just gets the ball back towards Dobson, but it's come across here to Manny Williams. Now getting a bit of luck here down this left hand side. Ball's here with Manny Williams. Holds the ball up under pressure from Casaboni. Just under pressure. It's good defending from the midfielder. It's a throw to Biggleswade Town coming off Manny Williams. And Connor Hall just having a chat with the referee. Go back a bit. Go back. Quick throw in, trying to find Hicks. Hicks just shrugs drops his shoulder, plays the ball out here to the left back Perry. Perry can bring the ball forwards here for Biggleswade. Stops in his track and finds Parker. Parker turns and plays it in. Jukes tries to close the ball down. It's played forwards. It's well flicked on there by Connor Hall, finding Bowen. Bowen does well to use his pace to get round. Gets a cross in on the far hand side. Oh, and Wells takes it in the box, and Gazzaboni almost got there. But Wells does well to clear the ball and finds Chris Flood. Little backhill into the path of Jilks, and Slough have lost the ball here to Biggleswade. Here with Hicks, and finds Burnett on the far hand side. Slough need to defend a little bit better. Burnett quite happy to run at the Slough defence, and Slough win the ball back on the far hand side with Sean Fraser. Plays it off Burnett, and it goes out of play for a goal kick to the Rebels. So there you go. It's 32 minutes coming up played. Slough still with this 2-goal lead, and both goals by the returning Chris Flood, who's coming back from injury and fatherhood. And it's going to be Jack Turner to take this goal kick here for the Rebels. And it's a long kick here, played forwards, headed away by Patrick into the air. Dobson tries to get there first, but Gazzaboni gets in front of him and trying to turn, cuts back inside here towards the right back Patrick, and Patrick comes across the inside, plays it in here towards Parker. First time we've seen Parker in an advanced position. Ball finds Casaboni down this right hand side. Crosses first time. It's got a little whip on it. Turner comes through, misses the ball, but gathers it at the second attempt just before it gets to the feet of Burnett. And it's back in the arms of the Slough goalkeeper. He rolls it out here to the left back George Wells. Wells has got plenty of time to look forwards and play it long here. Looking for the run of Dobson. Oh, Dobson just didn't gamble on it at full speed. It went over the head, but it's gone all the way through to the Biggleswade goalkeeper Daniel. And Daniel kicks from his hands, again a long kick down the field, looking for Bowen. Bowen misses the ball, comes through to Hall. Hall trying to flick the ball on. Wells gets a touch to it, but it's in towards Bowen, finds Connor Hall on the edge of the box. His shot is blocked, and it will skim off the legs of Sean Fraser for a corner to the home side Biggleswade. So it's a corner on the far hand side for Biggleswade. Nathan Hicks is the player that goes across to take this free kick, corner, sorry, in swinging corner will come in. And he signals to go close to the goalkeeper, too close, and Turner punches the ball clear. It'll come out here towards Scott Davies. Davies puts George Wells under a bit of pressure here, but Wells does well to clear and trying to find Manny Williams. Williams trying to flick the ball on into the path of Jukes. Jukes does well to take it in his stride. Oh, skips past the challenger Parker and now runs down this left hand side, gets into the box, crosses first time looking for Flood. Flood tries to take it, it's up to clear in the end. Togwell wins it back and tries to find Manny Williams, but it's Flood who wins the ball back here for Slough, and Jukes is offside, and it's a free kick to Biggleswade. Just noticed there's someone else doing some commentary down this near hand side as well. Don't know what that's for. And maybe some like BBC Hertfordshire or wherever we are, Bedfordshire, something like that. I don't know where we are. As Daniel takes this free kick, long free kick, flicked on by Burnett, hits Sean Fraser, and Fraser under pressure from Bowen just gets caught now, and it's a free kick to the Rebels halfway inside their own half. It's getting a bit foggy here at the Carlsberg Stadium. Bit of mist coming over from the far hand side. We are just up by the A1M, and it's so Jack Turner to take this free kick, aimed towards Dobson. Dobson does very well, flicks the ball on towards Flood, gets the ball back first time, gets into the box, he shoots it, and Daniel just saves it with his legs. Not the best contact that Dobson would have wanted there. He just side-footed it rather than drilled it, and it's a good save by the Biggleswade goalkeeper. And again, long kick down by him, flicking it on by Burnett. Bowen flicks the ball on, but there's no one up there as well, so it just runs straight through to Jack Turner in the Slough goal on the edge of his penalty area. And Turner just being urged just to take it quick and plays it long, looking for Flood. Flood's trying to head it on. It comes off the head of Fielding and finds Dobson on the left-hand side. Dobson running into the centre, trying to play the ball in towards Williams. Comes out here towards Togwell. Togwell spreads it first time, looking for Gilks. Gilks is closed down by Burnett, but he's got Fraser here as a hand, and Fraser chips the ball into the box. Free-headed away by Coit. Comes through here towards Davies. Davies chips the ball back to the far post to Manny Williams. Oh, what a goal that is! Manny Williams on the volley from a cross by Scott Davies. It's 3 to the Rebels. That goal coming on 37 minutes. Manny Williams with a volley that goes flying high into the top of the net on 37 minutes. Gives Slough a 3-goal lead here. And that is goal number 15 for Manny Williams this season. And Slough with a 3-goal lead. Not much the goalkeeper could do about that one. That is an absolutely cracking goal by Slough. They worked it well. Came out here to a Davies who got the ball in there. Good cross by him, and it's well watched by Manny Williams. Just steered it into the opposite side of the net from where the goalkeeper came. 3-0 to the Rebels. And Hicks takes this goal kick off quickly. Headed away though by Wales. Fielding will head it back on. And Davies underneath it wins the header for Slough and finds Harrison Gilks. Gilks ball in towards Flood. Flood just holds the ball up. Oh, Togwell's got in an advanced position here for the Rebels. And he's got Dobson on the left-hand side. Finds Dobson. Dobson crosses first time. Ball comes in to the back post. Oh, the goalkeeper got a touch. Took it away from Gilks. And in the end, it's cleared by Hoyt and comes on the far-hand side here towards Burnett. Burnett flicks the ball into here towards Connor Hall. Hall turns in the centre and finds Gazzaboni. Gazzaboni's come inside to try and pick the ball up and plays it over the top, but it's got too much on it. And that will go through to the Slough goalkeeper. He's quite happy to have the ball at his feet. Plays it out here to George Wells, the left back, who's got acres of space and finds Davies. Davies just gives the ball back to him. And again, with space and time, he can play the ball down here, looking for the run of Manny Williams. Williams gets there first, but Fielding does well to just stick a leg out. And it's gone out of play for a throw to the Rebels. And it's halfway inside the Biggleswade half. Dobson to take this. And a quick throw in by him. Oh, he sells George Wells short, and it allows Gazzaboni to come running at the defence. Oh, just misplaces the pass, and Davies is there for Slough, and he'll cut the ball out and go back towards the goalkeeper. Turner under pressure from Bowen. Has to clear long, and that'll go out of play. And it's out of play for a throw to Biggleswade. It's about 10 yards inside their own half. And it's going to be the right back Patrick who will take this throw for Biggleswade. Gains a few yards. His header throw comes off the head of Dobson, flicked on by Togwell. Then Patrick wins a header. Then Wells wins the next header. Goes down the field for Fielding to chase here. Keeps the ball in under pressure from Manny Williams. Will go back towards his goalkeeper. Williams continues to run. Or poor kick by Daniel, but he manages to find Hicks, and then Hicks, good little play there, turns inside and plays the ball out here towards Perry on the left hand side. Perry just plays the ball up in the air. Bowen will flick the header on, looking for Burnett. Fraser stoops to head the ball into the path of Matt Day, and he plays it back towards Jack Turner in the Slough goal. And it's played forward, headed away by Fielding, only as far as Davies. Davies, a little bit of power on the header towards Manny Williams, but Williams was offside, and it won't be a free kick to Biggleswade Town. And it's and it's a free kick here to Biggleswade. Good evening to Will Tuck, who's listening in. I believe you're in France, Will. I know you went to Barcelona the other day, but good evening to you. Ball comes through. Casaboni can't keep it in. It's gone out of play for a throw to the Rebels. So Slough with a 3-goal lead here in this dominant first half display. Quick throw by Wells, finds Dobson. Wells' ball up, finds Matty Williams. Williams just barged over by Hoyt. If you've ever seen Gavin Hoyt, he's about twice the size of Manny Williams, both in height and in size, and just that's an unfair. That's like putting a lightweight in with a heavyweight. Slough take the free kick quickly with Dobson, finds Davies, and his ball across finds Guy Hollis. Little ball in trying to find Chris Flood, but it's well intercepted there on the far hand side, but Flood comes in with a tackle and is adjudged to have fouled. It's a free kick to Biggleswade on the halfway line. And it will be Parker that will take this free kick for the home side. And Parker to take this free kick. Again, they're going to wait for the two centre-backs in Hoyt and Fielding to come forwards for this ball. And he plays the ball into the edge of that 18-yard box. It's Wells in front with the header there for Slough. He finds Scott Davies. Davies trying to play the ball forward. Only Manny Williams is up, and it's come through here to Patrick. Patrick back out here towards Williams. In here towards Perry. Perry with the ball down the left-hand side. Flicked on by Connor Hall, but headed away there by Hollis and finds Jilks. Jilks tries to skip past the challenge and does so. Runs with the ball. Connor Hall chasing him down. So Jilks going. He runs a good 30 yards, and then Perry comes across with the challenge and halts the run. It's out of play for a throw to Slough on the far hand side. It'll be Sean Fraser that will slowly come across to take this throw for the Rebels. Slough in no hurry to take this throw with this 3-goal lead that they've got. And it's come here towards Togwell. Togwell chips the ball forward looking for Flood. Headed away by Perry. Comes into the centre where Scott Davies with a little cushion header finds Jilks. Jilks trying to flick the ball on. It's come out here towards Casaboni is appearing on the left-hand side. It's come out here though, both Slough winning it with Matt Day to find George Wells. In towards Lee Togwell. Ball in towards Manny Williams. Williams holds it towards Togwell. Spreads out here towards James Dobson. Dobson got a bit of space here to look. Crosses the ball in first time. It's Wells who was up there trying to get to the touch of it. It's Patrick that clears and finds, ball here with Patrick from Perry. Ball played forward, given away by Biggleswade towards Burnett, who's come on to the near hand side. Burnett and Gazzavoni have swapped sides. Ball's here with Hollis. Plays the ball down the field. And it looks as though Hicks is coming a little bit deeper to pick the ball up. Patrick will take this throw for the home side. And it's Patrick, the right back, to take this throw for the home side. Got about 2 minutes of the first half left. They can't see the ball out. Bowen beats him to it, but Hollis is there for the Rebels and plays it back towards Jack Turner in the Slough goal. Turner of the long kick down the field. Manny Williams trying to out-jump Gavin Hoyt. It's Hoyt that won it and he's found Burnett. Burnett in towards Hicks. Hicks trying to look for the run of Parker. Parker trying to go through. Hollis is there. Hollis gets a little push in the back. They're spotted by the linesman on this near hand side, and it will be a free kick to the Rebels. Free kick inside their penalty. 2 minutes of the first half left to go here. Freddie Burton wants me to tell you all that he's going to football training and not listening now, so he's gone off there. So goodbye, Freddie. Good afternoon to good evening to Tim Avs. I don't know what it is, but Tim Avs is on the comments bit there. As Turner takes his kick, it's well kept in by Flood, but headed backwards. Davies has to flick the ball on. Hollis then heads the ball on, trying to find Manny Williams. Williams beaten to the ball. It comes through to Casaboni. Casaboni controls the ball. Davies trying to get a tackle in, but Casaboni runs past a couple of players. Sean Fraser just uses his body to ease him off, but Casaboni wins the ball back and finds Parker. Parker goes back to the left back, Perry, in towards Casaboni down that near hand side, lays the ball forwards, and it's a free kick to Biggleswade. I don't think the Slough Town bench were too impressed with the free kick there. I think that Biggleswade kind of gave the ball away, but it's a free kick. It's good 30 yards away from the Slough goal. Parker will be the player that takes this free kick, and again, slowly, surely, Fielding and Hoyt come forwards for this. And they've got 5 big tall players, have Biggleswade, so Slough defended it quite well so far. This ball's played in, it's not whipped in, it's comes through. It's Connor Hall that tries to get there. Matt Day sticks a leg out to clear. Only back to find Parker, who shoots from distance. And there's an offside against Biggleswade, and it'll be a free kick to the Rebels. We're into added time here for the referee in this first half. And it's Jack Turner to take this free kick for the Rebels inside their own penalty area. And Turner it is. He plays it long down the field, looking for Chris Flood. Fielding gets her head to it, can't keep it in play. It's a throw here to the Rebels, level with the 18-yard box of the Biggleswade line. And Dobson has gone across to take this one. And George Wells is there if he wants him, but he's going to let George Wells take the throw instead. And Wells finds Dobson back in here towards Wells. Wells with a chance to crosses deep to the far post, and it's an easy pluck out of the air for the goalkeeper Daniel there. And it's just a matter of we haven't had an indication of added time on in this first half. We don't need to, because that is the half-time whistle here. Oh, jeez. Oh. So the half-time score here is Biggleswade Town 0, Slough Town 3. Goals coming for 2 for Chris Flood on the 8th and the 19th minute, and then a third by Manny Williams, giving Slough a comprehensive 3-0 lead here in a game that they've played exceptionally well in and have dominated from very much the first whistle. We'll get you the scores from the other games as well as giving you the ones from the Southern Premier League as well. And we'll also give you read out some of your comments and chats and whatever on the chat bit. So what we got, I'm going to try and put this out as well on Twitter. So let me just do this one. I'm going to have 3 questions, and then the 4th one will be a little different one. So question number 1 on our half-time quiz is: which team scored the first Southern Premier League goal this season? So question 1, which team scored the first Southern Premier League goal this season? Question 2 is: which team has the biggest win in the Southern Premier League this season? That's a home win. Question 3 is: which team has the biggest away win in the Southern Premier League this evening? And the question which we're going to put out for Tweak, which is question 4, is: which Slough player or manager has the highest scoring Scrabble score with their name as is on the Slough Town website and isn't on a special square? So if it wasn't on just a normal square on a Scrabble board and just their names, which would be the highest scoring Slough Town player? I'm just going to type this out and put it on. A cup of tea? 1. Thank you. I'm just going to put that out on Twitter as well. So just bear with me as I type that out and talk to you. Oops, God, I can't spell either. So, okay, just bear with me. Just bear with me. I'm trying to type and talk to you guys at the same time. So the question is: which Slough Town player or manager? Oops, what was that just fell down there? Was that my stopwatch? Where did it go? Anyone seen the stopwatch gone? Okay, we'll look for that in a second. It's hit me somewhere and gone somewhere. I don't know where my stopwatch has gone. Bear with me for a second. How did it fall there? I don't know. I must have knocked it off. Okay, so I'm still trying to type and I'll find where my stopwatch has gone as well. In the meantime, where did that drop then? Okay, I don't know where that's gone. I've lost the stopwatch. Where's that gone? It's gone down the front, I think. Is it down there? Okay, I'll go and pick it up in a second. Don't worry, we'll get someone to come and pick that up. So which Slough Town player or manager has the highest scoring name in Scrabble, as is on the Slough Town website? Just typing it out on Twitter. And once I've done that, I'll put it out on Twitter. I'll have a look at your answers. So I'm just trying to type. There's the highest scoring of Scrabble. This bear with me. It's great radio, this is. You listen to me type. So I'm going to just type that and put that out on Twitter to see if we can get a few people answering that one. So if you want to have a go, I'm just going to come back and have a look at what you've got. Will Tuck has 2 correct, including the last one, but not all of them, I'm afraid. So just 2 correct there for Will. I'm not going to say which 2 it is, but you have 2 correct. So the questions were: which team scored the first Southern Premier League goal this season, and which team has the biggest league win, and which team has the biggest away win. Those are your 2 questions for 3 questions. And then also the last one is: which Slough Town player or manager scores the highest on Scrabble with their name as it is per the Slough Town website. You can tweet me the answer to that one. I've just put it out on Twitter if you want to do that one. And so there you go, and we'll do that, and we'll have a look at the half-time scores for you as well. We are just going to have to dip down in a second to pick up me stopwatch, which has fallen down the front. So there you go. So if you are answering, I'll stay on here and just see if anyone else wants to put a question down. And Will's got Will knows the answer to one of them quite well. I'm not going to tell you what bit you got there, but you have got that partly right. So there you go. So just a reminder: the 3 questions that we've got just for you guys are: which team scored the first Southern Premier League goal this evening? In the Southern Premier goal this season? Which team has the biggest win in total, which is a home win, and which team has the biggest away win? And then the final question: which Slough player or manager scores the highest on Scrabble? So there you go. Those are your questions for this evening. We will try and find you the scores in the other games for you. In the Southern Premier League this evening, obviously Dunstable versus Gosport was postponed, and so was St Ives versus Royston. No surprise at the St Ives game being postponed. Cambridge City was postponed last night as well. In the other games, it's Merthyr 0, Chesham United 1, and Royston 1, Banbury United 0. So there you go. Those are your half-time scores for you. I'm still here, don't worry. I just dropped me stopwatch down there. Sorry, Gary. Thank you very much. So it's alright, we are back. We just got someone to get the stopwatch for you. Now someone's coming over with a cup of tea. So there you go. So thank you, Mr. Hiron, for my cup of tea. You're a hero. I'm going to spill it all over my notes now, so there you go. I can tell you that Mr. Barry Hiron got our Scrabble question right earlier, so there you go. I'm not going to tell you if anyone else has got it right. You'll have to have a quick guess, and there you go. We've done the half-time scores. Let's see what else we have for you. Abo's got it right. You've got the last one right. Abo, well done. He's got the question on Scrabble right. I've just given you the answer now if you're on Twitter, but there you go. Never mind. So there you go. We are going to give you the other scores as well. Rebel has 3 right, but you've got 1 in the wrong order and 1 incorrect. So you've got 1 right. You've got 3 right, 1 wrong, but you've got some the wrong way round as well. So Rebel will try, because he's just answered one of the questions, so he's got that one. So the first question is: which team scored the first goal in the Southern Premier League? Which team has the highest win? Which is where you're getting confused. Which team has the highest away win? Which I can tell you that none of you have got. And then the question is: which person has got the highest score with their full name as it appears So that's first name and surname. I can tell you, it did take me actually ages to work it all out, but I can tell you that the person with the lowest score is Alan Innes, who scores 1 for each point of his name. So there you go. So there you go. And I'm trying to find out who was. I think there was a couple of people who were second, but the person in the lead won by quite a way. So there you go. Let's just see if we can find you the half-time scores from other football leagues around the grounds. In the Champions League, it's Man City 1, Liverpool 0, and Roma 1, Barcelona 0. That's 1-3 on aggregate, and 2-4 on aggregate respectively. There is some Sky Bet Championship games this evening, and it currently sits Aston Villa 0, Cardiff 0, Bolton 0, Millwall 1, Bristol City 2, Birmingham 1, Burton 0, Hull City 2, Fulham 1, Reading 0, Ipswich 0, Barnsley 0, Forest 0, Brentford 0, Preston North End 0, Leeds 1, Queen's Park Rangers 3, Sheffield Wednesday 0, Sheffield United 2, Middlesbrough 0, Sunderland 0, Norwich City 0. In the Sky Bet League 1, it's AFC Wimbledon 1, Charlton 0, Blackpool 1, Northampton 0, Gillingham 0, Blackburn 0, Oxford United 0, Fleetwood Town 0, Rochdale 0, Wigan 1. Sky Bet League 2, Morecambe 2, Chesterfield 0, Stevenage 1, Mansfield 0, Swindon 1, Yeovil 0. In the National League, oops, Daisy, it's just going to come up here. It's Barrow 1, Eastleigh 0, Bournemouth 0, Macclesfield 1, Chester 1, Bromley 0, Ebbsfleet 0, Wrexham 0, FC Halifax 1, Sutton United 0, Maidenhead 0, Woking 0, Solihull Moors 1, Maidstone 0, Torquay 1, AFC Fylde 2, Tranmere 1, Gateshead 2. We go to the National League South. Bognor Regis, who need a win to keep in that league, are winning 2-0 at home to St Albans. Other scores are Gloucester City 0, Dartford 1, Truro 2, Concord Rovers 0, and Welling 0, Hemel Hempstead 0. 2 games postponed in that league. In the Bostik Premier League, which is getting quite close, it's Burgess Hill 2, Enfield 3, Dulwich Hamlet, who are fighting for the top 0, Tunbridge Angels 2, Leiston 1, Harrow Borough 0, Lowestoft Town 1, Hendon 0, Margate 0, Kingstonian 1. And there you go. That's all you need to know. In the Southern League East, the Evostik Southern League East, AFC Rushden 0, Bedford 0. And that's a team fighting for the top of that table there. They're on a bit of a sticky run at the moment, are AFC Rushden Diamonds. So Will's going for a different score on this one. Rebel has got 3 out of 4, and Will Tuck has the same answers. So therefore, I know he's got one wrong. He's got another one. Will Tuck's only got 2 out of 4. And I can tell you that when I read it and went through it and got it, it's a surprising team that have the highest away record. Stop touching me, Mr. Porter. You're not allowed. That's why there's a barrier in front of us, a restraining order. Don't do that. There you go. So yes. So you've still got a couple of minutes left to get those scores, to get the answers to the quizzes, and we'll see how it goes. The misty is just a little bit misty here at the Carlsberg Stadium here, just coming over quite misty, but not going to affect the game, I don't think, so it should be fine. And we're coming up to the start of the half. As soon as the sides start to come out, I'll give you the answer to those quiz questions for you. But we'll have the second half commentary for you in a second. I think the referee played 2 minutes. It was a little bit late kicking off as well, so we should have a couple more minutes left before we get to the half time. And William Hing thought Cheshire won 15-1. It was close. It was only 13-1, but that's one of your answers there, so I've been kind to you. As just no attendance figure given here tonight, but it is quite a sparse crowd here this this evening, so not going to be the better. Rebels had another go. He's got Kings Lynn, Chesham, Dorchester and Josh Jackman. Rebel, 3 out of 4. You know which one you've got wrong. You know which one it is. Can you get it before I give you the players? You've got to the players that's coming out that I will give you the answer to the questions. Let's see who else is having a go here. Neil Simpson's cheating. I'm not sure if he's saying that Mr. Baker is very boring, but here we go. Guy Hollis is the first player out, so I'm going to give you another chance to try and get the answer to the question. I'll tell you what you're going to get. He's got one wrong. The Slough Town players are coming back out. I will give you the answers for you. Rebels had a last go at Weymouth. It's incorrect. I will to give you the answers to our 4 quiz questions this evening. Question 1 was which team scored the first Southern Premier League goal of the season? It was Kings Lynn, scored by Michael Clunan on 2 minutes from the penalty spot. Which team has the biggest win of the season? It's a home victory for Cheshire United in that game where they beat Merthyr 13-1. The team that has the biggest away win, and this was quite surprising, I thought some of you might have said Kings Lynn because they won 7-2 at Frome, but it was actually Basingstoke who beat Gosport Borough 8-0 at Gosport Borough, one of the early games in the season. And as many of you got, the highest scoring Slough Town player on Scrabble is of course Josh Jackman with 36 points. So there you go. So the 2 sides coming out. Just going to see if there's any substitution. There doesn't look to be any. So this will be the starting 11s for both teams. For the home side, it's Craig Daniel in goal, who's used to the captain. 2 is Jordan Patrick. 3, Lucas Perry. 4, Reece Fielding. 5 is Nathan Hicks. 6 is Gavin Hoyt. 7 is Greg Casiboni. 8, Connor Hall. 9, Jack Bowen. 10, Robbie Parker. 11 is Tony Burnett. For the Rebels, it's Jack Turner in goal. 2, Sean Fraser. 3, George Wells. 4, Matt Day. 5, Guy Hollis. 6 in the captain is Lee Togwell. 7, James Dobson. 8, Scott Davies. 9, Manny Williams. 10, Chris Flood. And 11 is Harrison Gilks. Slough had the kick-off. They will be shooting from left to right this second half. And it's just waiting for our referee, Mr. Forrester, to get this going. He's just having a quick count of the number of players. And we will be ready for the second half here. Just making sure that both goalkeepers are happy. And eventually he'll get on with it. Some of us got work in the morning. There you go. That is the kick-off here for the second half. And Slough have the ball here with Scott Davies looking to chip the ball on the far-hand side. Looking for Chris Flood. Flood, it goes off the head of Fielding. It goes into the corner where Patrick does well to keep the ball in and plays the ball down the field. It's going to be one back here by George Wells on the left-hand side. Wells cuts inside and finds Davies. Davies here in the centre, chipping the ball in, trying to find Manny Williams. Williams holds the ball up and gives the ball away to, but Fraser does really well to win the ball back for Slough and finds Scott Davies. Davies just takes it down the field, but just a little bit too far, and Perry can come across and win the ball and finds Connor Hall. Ball back here towards Gavin Hoyt for Biggleswade, and chipping the ball on the far hand side, looking for Burnett, who swaps sides with Gazaboni. The ball comes in there, and Matt Day just barges. It looks like Burnett's actually gone up front. Actually, ball played forwards here by Fraser. It's come off the head of Flood. Poor clearance only finds Jilks. Jilks with the ball inside here towards Flood on the edge of the box, trying to go past Hoyt. Hoyt just gets in there with a good challenge and then plays the ball out here, but it'll be kept in by Bowen. And his ball finds Casaboni, who's now playing on this left-hand side up against Sean Fraser. Crossing the ball in. Poor ball. It's easily intercepted there by George Wells, and Wells can bring the ball forwards here for Slough. Plays the ball on the left-hand side where he finds Dobson. Dobson's first touch of the second half. And he's got Nathan Hicks aside. Crosses it in first time. Fielding with the header away. Comes to Gazaboni, who takes the ball down central position and controls it and looks to urge his team forward. Ball played in towards Parker. Parker gives the ball away and it's intercepted here by Jilks. And Jilks then finds Sean Fraser on this near-hand side. Fraser running down this near-hand side. Back in here towards Jilks. Back, he puts it outside here for Fraser. Fraser coming down this near hand side. Crosses first time. It's a good ball in the box. Fielding knees the ball away, and it comes here towards Gazzaboni. Gazzaboni trying to come inside and cut past, but Sean Fraser does really well. Good defending by Sean Fraser, and then brings the ball forward in towards Flood. Flood gives it back to him. Fraser continues his run. Crosses first time into the box. Fielding though hooks the ball clear. It will come through to Dobson. Dobson lets Connor Hall take a touch in towards Davies. Davies trying to find Manny Williams on the far hand side, but it's intercepted by Patrick, and Patrick then finds Hall inside here for Biggleswade. Ball played over the top, looking for Burnett. Well headed away by Wells, and Wells will get a second chance to head the ball back for Slough. Trying to find over the head of Hicks, and it's here with Manny Williams running down the left hand side. Gets the chance to cross in first time, hits it low, but it's fizzles out into the path of Craig Daniel in the goal. It looks like it's more of a 4 across here for Biggleswade. It looks as though it's going to be Hicks playing on the right, Gazzaboni on the left. Burnett has gone up front with Bowen, and the ball played forward, aimed for Burnett. Burnett does win the header, but it's won by Davies, and then Davies gets caught by Connor Hall, and it's a free kick for the Rebels 10 yards inside their own half. And it's looks like they've changed their formation. Biggleswade, they look like they've gone 4-4-2 is their formation, and it's going to be Matt Day that takes this free kick for the Rebels. Long ball down the left hand side looking for Dobson. It comes off the head of Patrick and goes out of play for a throw to Slough on the far side. It's going to be Dobson that takes the throw in towards Wells. Wells just this lovely little cushion header into the path for Dobson, gets the ball back, runs down this near hand side, cross it, he skims it all the way across the goal, and it's gone out for a throw to Biggleswade right on the far hand side. It's a great cross by George Wells, just needed a touch from a player inside the box, but no one could get to it, and it's going to be a throw to Biggleswade deep inside their own half, and it's going to be the left back Perry who will take this throw. And his throw is flicked on by Gazzaboni, straight out of play though for a throw to the Rebels, as someone comes round with the winning raffle tickets. Instead of announcing it, they've got some poor young girl walking round, and it's Fraser's actually been pulled back for a foul throw, and it's going to now be a throw to Biggleswade, and it's taken by Perry, flicked on here by Hall, finding Bowen. Bowen flicking the ball on, but Hollis is there to clear for the Rebels, and it's a throw to Biggleswade 10 yards inside the Slough half. Quickly taken by Perry, trying to find Bowen. Bowen on the edge of the box, trying to play the ball in. Fraser with a good challenge. Shot comes in from Bowen, and the ball's still in play. It's going to come out for a corner here for Biggleswade, and it's going to be Nathan Hicks who comes across to take this corner for Biggleswade. And again, Fielding and Hoyt come forwards for this. Now with some defending to do, start of this second half. In swinging corner for the Rebels to deal with. It's played towards the back post. It's a good defensive header from Sean Fraser, and it's actually come off the head of Burnett in the end. It's good defending from Sean Fraser, out for a goal kick to the Rebels. Just trying to have a bit of cup of tea here before it goes cold. So it's Jack Turner to take this game underway with this goal kick, and long kick by him into the misty night. Underneath it is Chris Flood, headed away though by Connor Hall, flicked on by Togba, trying to find Flood, but it's Fielding is with the header. It's a quick free kick taken here, trying to find Burnett down this near hand side. Hollis has got to come across. Ball played into the box. It comes through to Bowen. Oh, Rossi's hit the post, and it's come back out, and Slough will try and clear, but it's come here with Gazzaboni. Ball comes in to Gazzaboni, holding the ball up here. And Gazzaboni he does really well. Turns past two players, gets to the byline here, pulls it back on the far hand side. He's pulled it back too far, and it's allowed Dobson to come in and win the ball here for the Rebels. Now under a bit of pressure here, but he finds Flood. Flood looking up. He just plays a 1-2 with a Biggleswade player. I don't think he meant it, but now plays it on the left hand side looking for Dobson. It's just a little bit too short, and Patrick comes in and intercepts. Now on the pressure here, this start of this second half. Ball played in here towards Scott Davies. Dives in to play the ball. It's flicked on here looking for Perry. Perry just skips past the challenge and has the ball. Plays it in towards Casaboni here, running down this left-hand side. Casaboni crosses in first time, plays it into the far post, but it's well spotted by Jack Turner. It's a good save there. And Matt Day is absolutely fuming with his Slough Town team, and he's just telling them to get started here. They've not been in this first 7 minutes of this second half. It is all Biggleswade here at the moment, but Slough with this 3-goal lead, it's nothing to sit back on. Long kick here by Turner. It's going to be won by Flood, flicking the ball on, trying to find Williams, fielding with the clearance, but it's a heavy clearance and goes all the way through to Jack Turner in the Slough goal. And it's Turner here. Again, another huge long kick by him. And underneath it is Flood, trying to put it into the path of Williams. Williams gets through. Oh, he rounds the goalkeeper. Oh, he's missed. It was going wide. And in the end, Hoyt came sliding in. He didn't realise, but he's put it over the bar. If Hoyt had left it, it was actually going wide of the goal. And Manny Williams would have missed an open goal there. As it is, Slough have got a corner. And I'm sure that Manny Williams knows that that was going wide of the goal. And it's a mistake there. Manny Williams rounded the goal, open goal to aim for. He did hit it just wide of the goal, but it's a corner here for Slough. James Dobson has gone across to take this corner. And it will be an in-swing corner for the Rebels. Played into the far post. It's headed up in the air. It's all been missed by one. Headed away. Comes on the edge of the box here towards Scott Davies. Davies just been forced backwards. Crosses the ball in first time. Matt Day's at the far post. He's offside. He hammers the ball against the crossbar. And it's gone out of play. It'll be a free kick to Biggleswade. So it's going to be the goalkeeper Daniel to take this free kick for Biggleswade. We played coming up to 9 minutes here of this second half. Still Slough with this 3-goal lead, but under a bit of pressure here from this changed formation for Biggleswade. Aimed here towards Bowen. Bowen does win the flick on here. Burnett then flicks the ball on to Casaboni. Casaboni gets goal side, crosses deep on the far hand side. It's volley goals. Oh, what a great goal that is by Biggleswade. They've got a goal back here, and it's I think it's Hicks was the scorer on the far hand, so we'll just wait for that to be confirmed. But that is a great goal back here by Biggleswade Town, and the goal coming on 10 minutes of the second half. It's a goal on 55 minutes for Nathan Hicks. Lovely cross on the far hand side by Gazzaboni, and Hicks just side foot volley into the goal across from where Jack Turner had come. And it's Biggleswade 1, Slough Town 3 here at the moment. And Slough played the ball forward. Just after Slough had missed that open goal for a 4th goal, they found themselves conceded a goal. Ball here with Flood, hits it straight at Slough. Really haven't started. Flood though gets a good chance, breaks into the box, trying to cross it low, but it's well defended by Fielding. It'll be another corner to the Rebels, and Slough will need to defend a little bit better on their own corners, because they gave away that free kick for offside, and literally from that Biggleswade went down the upper end and scored. So you've got to be a little bit careful here at the moment. Here, and it will be James Dawson to take this corner on the far hand side. It'll be an out-swinging corner for the Rebels, and it's whipped in with some pace. It's going to be headed out, comes out here towards Togwell. Togwell takes a shot, hits it, takes a deflection. Manny Williams gets the ball back here towards Togwell, shoots first time, and Daniel just grabs it at a second attempt. Again, not the safest of goalkeepers, but he finds Gazzaboni on this near hand side. Fraser has to come across and defends it well. It's out of play for a throw to Biggleswade just inside the Slough half. Perry will be the player that comes across to take this throw for Biggleswade. Gained about 10 yards with the throw, not because of that's where the ball is, but that's how far he'd come across. Hollis now trying to defend this ball, plays it here towards Togwell. Togwell being closed down, plays it down the line. It's going to go out of play for another throw to Biggleswade just inside their own half here, and Slough really need to get into gear this second half. They've conceded a goal, and they've not really started to play very well. It's all been Biggleswade, apart from that chance that Manny Williams had. Apart from that, Slough have been fairly poor. Ball headed across here by Connor Hall towards Hicks. Played on the far hand side, looking for Patrick on the overlap on the right side. Dobson has to come across to try and close. Patrick keeps hold of the ball and keeps it in play, trying to skip past Dobson on the far hand side. Dobson's adjudged to have fouled there, and it will be a free kick to the home side in a good forward position. Ben Harris obviously isn't on a diet with his injury, judging by the size of the hot dog he's just brought along there. You all right?
Yeah.
Diet going well, Ben, yeah?
Yeah, very well.
And it's going to be a free kick here on the far hand side for Biggleswade Town. It's on the far hand side. It's Robbie Parker standing over this free kick here for Biggleswade. So now with some defending to do here. As again, Hoyt and Fielding have gone forwards here for Biggleswade. The referee just making sure Dobson's 10 yards back. Flood just been called back here to mark Hicks, who's on the edge of the area, and it'll be a free kick for Biggleswade. Finally to be taken here. It's hitting hard and low, and it's a second goal back. Biggleswade have got another, and this time it's Connor Hall who scores the goal, and it's on 13 minutes of the second half. Connor Hall makes it Biggleswade 2, 58 minutes that goal. Slough conceded 2 in 3 minutes here. It's Biggleswade 2, Slough Town 3. Slough haven't got into this second half, and it's the change in formation has upset the Slough Town team. They're not into this second half. Oh, Davis has just played the ball straight down the end here, and he's given it straight back to Daniel here, and Slough need to keep hold of the ball. They've just given the ball straight back away, and it's Biggleswade 2, Slough Town 3. Slough coasting in this first half. Second half has been all the home side, and that mischance by Manny Williams will be what has upset Slough. Slough ball here is come here with Gazzaboni in the centre, evading a couple of challenges. Plays it out here now to Patrick on the near hand side. Patrick 10 yards inside the Slough half, crossed his first time, headed away in the end by Sean Fraser. Harrison Gilks gets there first, but plays it off Bowen, and it's out for a throw to the Rebels. And Slough really need to wake up here for this second half. And it's going to be Guy Hollis with this throw for the Rebels. A long throw to get them out of their own half, and it's a long throw here. Aims towards Flood, and how that isn't a foul to the referee, just saying it was six of one of half a dozen of the other. Quick throw here by Biggleswade with Perry, finding Fielding. Fielding spreads the ball to the right back, Patrick. Patrick being urged to bring the ball forward. Plays it out here on the far hand side, but it goes straight out of play. And Slough haven't got to grips with this 3-2 formation here. If you're on Twitter, you can follow Biggleswade Town for video clip of that second goal for Biggleswade, as the throw comes in for Slough on the far hand side, trying to find Flood, comes off the head of Patrick on the far hand side, and it will be a throw to the Rebels. Slough need to really get into this game here. The second half has been absolutely poor by them. Biggleswade by far the brighter team. Quick throw down the line here by Slough, finding Flood. Flood plays the ball back out. Again, it's a poor ball, hooked clear by Patrick, and Hollis just has to get there. Bowen would have been clear through if Hollis hadn't got a touch to it. Ball by Matt Day, comes through on the far hand side, well taken down by Patrick, who clears the long ball up here towards Bowen. Bowen turns and finds Burnett. Burnett being Sean Fraser just gets his body in the way and plays it back towards the goalkeeper Turner. Turner clears long. So now trying to get the ball cleared, only hits Dobson. Ball played forwards by Slough. Slough just to seem a little flat here, as Daniel has to race out to his goal to play the ball forwards, or Hollis heads the ball and hooked on by Fraser. Only comes as far as the goal scorer of the second goal. Connor Hall brings in the left back Perry. Perry finds Gazzaboni down this near hand side. Gazzaboni trying to cut inside, chipping the ball here for the run of Connor Hall. Slough will just see that out with Jack Turner seeing the ball out. But again, Slough being destructed here big time by this change of formation for Biggleswade. They really cannot cope with this 4-4-2. And the referee is just going to have a word here with Jack Turner for he's just taking the ball from one side of the goal to the other. I think the referee is just saying to Jack Turner in the Slough goal to stop time wasting. He's called Lee Togwell over, who's tonight's captain for the Rebels, and Jack Turner's just trying to explain what's going on, and in the end nothing happens, and it's just a talking to Jack Turner, and it's going to be Jack Turner to get the game back underway with this goal kick. It's eventually when the referee just telling him to play. Jack Turner's now trying to see if the referee wants it. Turner takes the goal kick finally, aimed in here towards Flood. Flood picks the ball up. He's offside. Put your flag down, you idiot. Ball on the foot. I don't know why the linesman was flagging for offside there. Ball played out here from Slough towards it's Gazzaboni for Biggleswade, trying to chip the ball down the line. Day gets in there for Slough, but Gazzaboni picks up the rebound, and Slough all at 6s and 7s defensively here. Gazzaboni tearing them down the right hand side, crosses in first time. Hollis just knees the ball away, comes here towards Hall. Hall turns and plays on the far hand side in towards Patrick. Patrick, the right back, getting forward, finds Parker. Parker in a deep lying role, plays it in forward. It's Jukes who heads the ball across his own 18-yard line, and a mistake there by two Biggleswade players means that Flood can bring the ball out here with forced out. Oh, he skips past the challenge of one, then plays it out here towards Manny Williams. Manny Williams on the edge of the box, needs a bit of help, comes from Harrison Jukes. Jukes has the ball, it looks like he's going to chip the ball into the far post, headed away by Biggleswade, only as far as Togwell. Togwell's header finds Scott Davies. Davies will leave the ball for Sean Fraser to bring down this right hand side. Fraser's got very little options, and Scott Davies comes in, crosses first time. It's a good cross on the far hand side. It's Flood with the goal. It's his hat trick, and Slough have a fourth here. And Chris Flood with a hat trick, a great cross on this near hand side by Scott Davies, and Flood just powers a header into the back of the net. It's Biggleswade 2, Slough Town 4, and the hat trick for Chris Flood comes on 68 minutes. And it's Biggleswade 2, Slough Town 4. And it's first substitution of the day on the far hand side. We'll see James Dobson replaced. It's Dobson off, and coming on, I believe, is Josh Jackman. I'm sure it was 12. Is 12 Josh Jackman. I think this is going to be a double substitution, is it? And 11, is that for Slough? It is. Harrison Jilks is coming off, and I didn't see who was coming on. Yep. So Jilks has gone off here on 68 minutes. And Matthew Lynch is the player coming on. Well, it's Matt Lynch. We're bringing on so many, it's unbelievable. Right, the substitutions were both wide men of Dobson and Jilks off. Coming on is Josh Jackman and Matt Lynch. And Slough's goal by Chris Flood is the 100th they've scored in the league this season. Now the substitutions are complete. We'll get the game kicked off here with the ball here towards Hoyt. Hoyt spreads it on the far hand side, immediately Lynch in the game, heading the ball away for the Rebels, only as far as Hicks. Plays it back here towards the right back Patrick. Patrick just plays the ball forward. Burnett's on a gamble with it. It'll come through here towards Wells. Wells plays the ball down here for Manny Williams to chase, but it goes out of play on the far hand side for a throw to Biggleswade. And the ball played forwards. It's headed away by George Wells, only as far as Hicks. Plays the ball forwards, and Matt Day's underneath it for Slough. Plays it across here towards the goalkeeper Turner. And the ball played forwards here by Turner. Free header for Fielding, only as far as Wells. Wells inside his own half, being chased down by Bowen. Plays the ball forwards, but Flood's a little bit deep for the Rebels, and it's come here towards Patrick, in towards Conhall. Back here to Hicks. Sorry, this is Patrick's over the ball, and he's in a central position. I thought that's where Hicks was. Plays it on the left hand side here for Perry. Perry up against the substitute Jackman. Ball played forwards for the run of Parker, but Hollis is there for Slough and has to just play. It just goes down under the challenge of Parker, goes down theatrically. It's gone out for a throw to Biggleswade, and Hollis was looking for a free kick there, but no foul was given. And it's a throw here for Biggleswade, quite by about 4 or 5 feet away from the corner flag. It's taken by Perry, trying to be flicked across the goal. Comes through, takes the deflection, and goalkeeper Turner has to save with his feet. Finds Flood. Flood just beaten to the ball by Fielding. Ball played in. Fraser with the header there, and it comes off Fraser's head. It'll be a throw to Biggleswade, 10 yards inside the Slough half. Perry, the left back, will take it. And again, the Slough fans very quiet this evening. Ball played on by Connor Hall. Flicked away though by Matt Day. And he finds Parker and trying to find Burnett. Wells will try and get there, but there's an offside on the far hand side. And it's a free kick to the Rebels. So the score is 2-4 here. Biggleswade 2, Slough Town 4. And like I said, that's the 100th goal that Slough have scored in the league this season. And it's Jack Turner to take this free kick for the Rebels. And on the far hand side, it's not kept in by Lench, and it's going to be a throw to. So I think Slough are going to make a third and final substitution in a second. The ball played forwards from this Biggleswade throw comes through to Flood, and it's one back here with Parker. Parker trying to spread the play down, volleyed away by Matt Day. Hits Connor Hall. Slough try and get there with Davis, and Davis wins a free kick for that challenge. And it is a free kick to the Rebels. And you're going to see hat-trick hero Chris Flood will be replaced by Perry Coles. That is the third and final substitution for the Rebels. So Coles comes on to replace Chris Flood, and that's on 68 minutes. 68 minutes. There you go. 68. I don't know what we're on. 23, 68 minutes. So how did I give that guy? I don't know what's going on. I don't know. But anyway, it's third and final substitution for the Rebels. It's Perry Coles on for the hat-trick hero Chris Flood. Tell you that Banbury United have equalised against Royston. It's Banbury 1, Royston 1. If it stays like that, that means that Royston are out of the playoff positions. Free kick here taken by Matt Day, finding Lench down the far hand side. Good challenge on the far hand side, means it's a corner here to the Rebels. And it's going to be a corner that Lench will take on that far hand side. And it'll be an in-swinging corner. Matt Day and Guy Hollis have come forwards for the Rebels for this corner. And Chesham United just scored a second. They're now 2-0 up away to Merthyr. So Slough looks to play this in. It's played into the near post. Headed away well by Parker. It comes to Togwell. Togwell's header finds Lench, but Lench can't keep it in. In fact, Slough have got a free kick for a foul on Lee Togwell. And it'll be a free kick to the Rebels, 30 yards away from the Biggleswade goal. And Matt Day and Guy Hollis, who'd been running backwards, now have to run forwards. And the referee just telling Slough to take the free kick in the right position. It's Lench to take this free kick for Slough. 30 yards away from the Biggleswade goal. And Day and Hollis have stayed up for this free kick. Lench to take this free kick for Slough. Whips it in towards the far post. Headed away by Connor Hall. Comes here where Davis heads the ball back here towards Togwell. Togwell spreads it here towards Guy Hollis. Guy Hollis down this right hand side. Takes it down to the byline. Just gets caught there from left back Perry, and that'll be another free kick to the Rebels. And it's Matt Lench who comes across to come and take this one. This one will be an in-swinging free kick, will it? No, out-swinging free kick. And it's like a short corner in hockey. And Slough just... I'm sure that isn't 10 yards away, but Lench takes it to the far post. Headed back across goal. It comes all the way here to Perry. Has to clear the ball. And it'll be another throw here to Slough. Who are now slowly pinned in the Biggleswade half here. As a call for another ball comes in. And it will be a throw that Josh Jackman will take on this near hand side. It's about 7 or 8 yards away from the corner flag on this near hand side for the Rebels to take here. Togwell makes a quick run, but it's Josh Chapman with this throw here. So now just taking their time with the throw. Chapman takes it short towards Manny Williams. Williams holding the ball up by the byline, gets a touch off Perry, and it'll be a corner to the Rebels. And Matt Lynch comes all the way across from the far hand side. Again, Hollis and Day go forwards for this corner. And Slough have withered that start of the second half that saw Biggleswade dominate and get 2 goals. And that goal from Chris Flood just seems to have settled the Rebels back down now. And it will be Matt Lynch to take this corner. It'll be an outswinging corner for the Rebels here. Played deep. Connor Hall just gets a touch to it, taking the ball away. And it's played here looking for Gazzaboni. Gazzaboni here up against Togwell. Togwell just gets his body in the way and shields the ball out for a throw. Good defending there by Lee Togwell. And it'll be a throw to the Rebels as they just get their shape back here. And it's going to be a throw on the far hand side for George Wells to take. And it's thrown in here, looking for Lynch. Lynch just shrugged off the ball here by Hicks. Ball played in towards Parker. Plays it down the line, intercepted by George Wells. Wells chipping the ball forward, looking for the run of Manny Williams. Williams trying to break in between the two players, but Patrick comes across and deals with the ball and finds Connor Hall. Hall's ball back in here, and it's played across to Hoyt. Hoyt plays it down the field first time, trying to find Bowen. Bowen holds the ball up and gets the ball out here towards Patrick. Patrick, the right back, plays it down the field. Wells makes a mistake and it runs through here on the far hand side, and it's crossed first time. Burnett can't get to it. Comes to Gazzaboni. He shoots from distance. And he scores a goal. It's goal number 7 of the game. The third one. Is it a goal? He's blowing the whistle. It is a goal for Gazzaboni. And it's 29 is 74. It's 74 minutes gone. Just as I said, the game had died out. Biggleswade get another one. Biggleswade 3, Slough Town 4. And Slough with the kick-off here again. Just a silly mistake down the left-hand side. Slough didn't clear it very well. It's flicked on here by Williams. It's going to come across to Fielding, who clears only as far as Togwell. Slough failing to dominate this second half like they did the first. But the ball's here with Lynch on the left-hand side. Just looking for an option. His option finds Scott Davies in the centre. Ball comes through him a bit of pace. Plays it in here towards Coles. Coles challenged by Hoyt. Comes through towards Bowen. In here, played forwards, looking for the run towards Burnett. But it'll run through all the way through to Turner in the Slough goal. And Slough just need to settle down again here after that third goal for Biggleswade. Long ball played forward here, looking for Manny Williams. It goes over his head. Hoyt gets a touch to it. It's offside against Slough, so it's a free kick here for Biggleswade. And it's quickly taken here by Biggleswade, finding Hicks. Hicks trying to play the ball over here for Gazzaboni. Gazzaboni on the near hand side. A slip by Sean Fraser. Gazzaboni tries to chip it, clawed away by Turner. Comes through here. Slough just waiting for the ball to drop, and Burnett gets in, and in the end it's hooked clear by George Wells. Slough just under pressure here. Gazzaboni again, the player causing the trouble. Quick throw here from Biggleswade, finds Parker. Back out here towards Patrick. Patrick under pressure from Lynch. His ball forwards in towards Hicks. Trying to play the ball back out here towards Parker. Parker chipping the ball into the box. It's headed away well this time by Hollis. Comes through here towards Perry Coles. Coles has a time to just turn and run with the ball. Plays it down the line here for Josh Chapman. Chapman will have to put the things on. It comes off. Chapman last from the clearance from Hoyt. And it's a throw to Biggleswade Town. And in fact, Perry, the left back, has to hurdle the fence to go and get the ball here, but we've still got 14 minutes of this game left to go. Biggleswade 3, Slough Town 4, and Slough won't be pleased with their second half defending. Looks like they're going to get the first substitution of the game for Biggleswade on the far hand side in a second. Coming off is Tony Burnett, and coming on is George Bailey. So And quite surprised at that, because Burnett's actually been causing a lot of trouble for the Rebels with his pace against the back four there, and Bailey has come on. So whether it's tiredness or injury, I know that Burnett hasn't played a great deal this season, but it's a throw here to Biggleswade. And Perry slits through in front of our commentary position here. We'll take this throw eventually, and flows the ball down. It's headed away by Togwell, coming in towards Hoyt, who heads the ball on. Jackman then heads it back. Hoyt gets there first, plays the ball down the field. Fraser keeps it down and claws it away. Coles flicks it into the path of looking for Williams, but Hoyt's there and finds Hicks on the far hand side. He spreads it towards Patrick, the right back. Patrick comes in. He's had the ball taken off him by Coles, but it's gone out of play for a throw to Biggleswade on that far hand side. And Slough looking to try and throw this away here at the moment. It's going to be a throw on the far hand side. It's halfway inside the Slough half. Patrick will take this throw. Hicks comes short, but he's going to try and play it in here towards Connor Hall, and it's come all the way across, and it's out for a corner to Biggleswade on the far hand side. There's the noise here between the Biggleswade, small selection of Biggleswade fans behind the goal make some noise. It's taken the corner short here towards Patrick. Patrick on that right hand side, trying to skip past Liz, gets a cross in, but it goes into the side netting, and it'll be a goal kick for the Rebels. So Slough will just try and ease back into this game here. It's Maidenhead 1, Woking 1 in the National League. And Roma have scored 3. Roma 3, Barcelona 0. It's 4-4 on aggregate, and I believe that it stays like that. Roma will go through. Oh no, so Roma at home, aren't they? Don't worry about it. Just ignore me. Slough have won a free kick on the far hand side for a foul on Perry Coles from Patrick, the right back. And it's going to be a free kick 30 yards away from the Biggleswade goal. And Matt Lynch will be the player who takes this one. It's the first yellow card of the evening as well, goes to Patrick. So he gets the first yellow card of the evening. And we've got just over 10.5 minutes left here. So now take the free kick quickly, give the ball away. It's a poor free kick by the Rebels, and it's one back here by Biggleswade. It comes off Matt Lynch. It's come through toward Togwell. Ball back here with Lynch. Finds Togwell again. Lynch trying to, and Togwell working down that left hand side. It's come off a Biggleswade player for a throw. And Slough just need to take this throw quickly. George Wells will be the player that's going to come across to take the throw. Slough have used all their substitutes up here. Ball play down here looking for Lynch. Lynch trying to, he's down by the corner flag. Plays it off the Biggleswade player and wins a throw for Slough. About 10 yards away from the corner flag. George Wells is there for the Rebels to take this throw. And finds Lynch, who's into the corner area. Plays the ball back in towards Wells. Wells crosses first time over the head of Perry Coles, but Perry Coles will chase that ball down and wins it. It's got Josh Jackman on his near hand side, but finds Davies. Davies 30 yards away from goal. Plays the ball in here towards Jackman. Jackman crosses and plays it in. Headed away on the edge of the box here by Hoyt. Comes back out here, and Slough allow Biggleswade to clear. And Bowen here up against Hollis. Hollis wins the first header, but Bailey comes across here for Biggleswade. He shoots from distance, and it's a good save at full strength by Jack Turner in the Slough goal. But again, Slough just allowing Biggleswade plenty of time on the ball, which they didn't do in the first half. And Biggleswade have got 3 goals in this second half. It's 3 for Biggleswade, 4 for Slough. Poor touch there by Biggleswade. It comes back here towards Connor Hall. Under pressure, just turns. Plays it out here to the right back, Patrick. Chipping the ball down the field. Matt Day heads the ball away. Comes here towards Wells. Wells's ball forwards is up towards Lynch, but Lynch robbed of the ball. It's here with Hall. Hall finds Patrick and then flicks in towards Parker. Parker puts it high up in the air. Wins his second header, but Slough win the ball back here and with Togwell and Davies. But it's one back with Biggleswade, and now here with Parker. Parker plays it back towards Hoyt. Hoyt just looking for the ball over the top on the far hand side, trying to find Patrick. It's been kept in by Slough and cleared by the Rebels. Not the best of clearances, and it gives Manny Williams something to chase on the far hand side with Fielding. Fielding under pressure goes all the way back towards his goalkeeper Daniel, and Daniel has time to on the ball here, just on the edge of his penalty box, and just waiting for a bit of movement from the Biggleswade players. Chips the ball down the field, and it's flicked on by Hall, cleared by Wells, comes here towards Coles. Coles trying to find Manny Williams. Williams just waits for the ball to be played. It's kind of looking for Gazzaboni on the far hand side. Fraser's there for Slough, but it will come back off the Biggleswade player, and it's a throw to the Rebels. And the tannoy announcer gets very agitated at these games here at Biggleswade. And the throw from Slough from Sean Fraser goes back towards Jack Turner, and turned on the edge of his penalty area. Clears a long ball down the field. Why is Slough playing long balls forwards when they've only got Manny Williams and Perry Coles on the pitch is unbelievable. Lynch trying to look for a ball down the field here as Coles chases the ball into the corner here, but it's here with Perry, and Perry just keeps the ball in play, plays it in here towards Bailey. Bailey does well to hold the ball up. Togwell gets a foot on it, but Bailey comes away with the ball, but Togwell still battling there. Gazzaboni now spreads it on the far hand side, looking for the right back Patrick. Patrick has a bit of space to run into, skips past the challenge. Lynch slips in the mud. It's back here with Connor Hall, spreads it to the left back Perry, who's come forwards here for Biggleswade, crosses in first time. That's a great cross, it's a great header. Oh, it's come off the crossbar, and what a chance that is. It's Bowen with the header. It's a lovely cross in by the left back Perry, and Bowen got in between Hollis and Day, heads it against the crossbar, and it's going over the top, and it's out for a goal kick. But that was a real good chance to make it 4-4. Got about 6.5 minutes here of the second half remaining. It's Biggleswade 3, Slough Town 4, and Slough are hanging on here at the Carlsberg Stadium. And I tell you what, if Carlsberg made football matches, it probably is. This is a heck of a game here for the Rebels here. It's they're being dominated in the second half. Ball over the top here. Hollis has to chase it up against Bowen. Has to play the ball out of play. Slough under real pressure here this second half. The change of formation has really fallen into the hands of Biggleswade. Slough haven't been able to cope for it. And I think I was right with Roma having the away goal. Ball headed away by Matt Day. Comes back out though on the far hand side to Hicks. Crosses in. It goes into the thing. It's got a Slough player. It's a corner here for the Biggleswade, and Hoyt and Fielding go forwards for this, and Slough have some defending to do here as we enter the 5.5 minutes of normal time left. And it's a corner on the far hand side. It's drilled into the near post. It allows Slough to clear. Not the best of clearances by the Rebels, but it comes out here towards Patrick, who plays the ball down the line here, and Hicks gets a second chance to cross. Togwell's there for the Rebels and can clear, trying to find Manny Williams. Ball played in, lovely little 1-2 football. Josh Jackman on the right hand side just overruns it, can't win the ball back, and it's here with Biggleswade on the far hand side. Ball crossed in by them. It's not the best of crosses by Gazzaboni, and Sean Fraser will keep the ball in on this near hand side and will bring the ball down here. Slough just need to calm down a little bit. Ball play forwards here, looking for the run of Perry Coles. Coles is offside, and it's a free kick to Biggleswade. Some of these Biggleswade fans getting very excited here. So someone's actually leaving. What's he leaving for? It's a cracking game. It's the goalkeeper Daniel to take this free kick for Biggleswade. Long ball forward here, aimed towards Connor Hall, chests it down into the path of Perry. Perry crosses first time, headed away by Davis. Williams trying to get there, it's played forward by Parker. Ball comes to this near hand side, around Fraser to clear, just clears it into the main stand. It comes through here. It's the fastest old age ball boys in the world here at Biggleswade. It's a throw to them, halfway inside the Slough half. Left back Perry will take it into the box, headed away by Togwell, who rises high to head it out. Another throw here to Biggleswade. One soul Slough fan singing. Ball played in. It's going to bounce around. Comes off Togwell, and it's saved by Jack Turner at the feet of George Bailey. And Turner will just slow the game down a little bit here. And Slough just need to regroup a little bit here. We're into the final 3.5 minutes. As the long ball forward here looking for Lynch. Lynch can't get to that. It's out of play for a throw to Biggleswade on the far hand side. Suddenly the ball comes in quickly for the Biggleswade players on this far hand side. And the right back Patrick just being told to calm down. I think one of these Slough subs is just being talked to by the referee. I'm not sure if he's booking. He books him. I can't see who it was. But one of the Slough subs has been booked. Ball comes through here towards Bailey. Bailey trying to play the ball down here. It's Hollis who comes across for Slough to clear. And it's out of play for a throw to Biggleswade. Taken quickly here. Ball played in only as far as Togwell. Togwell can clear the ball here for Slough. Coles is up there on his own trying to control the ball up against Fielding. Coles as well gets hold of the ball. He's running towards the corner flag here. He's got a little bit of help now from some of the Rebels. Plays the ball in here towards Manny Williams. Williams just turns and finds Matt Lynch is on the left hand side. Ball played back in for Manny Williams. Williams goes towards the corner flag trying to hold the ball up deep inside that thing. Gets a touch off the Biggleswade player. It'll be a throw to the Rebels here right by the corner flag. They'll slow this game down. We've got 2.25 minutes plus whatever the referee adds on. And the ball played in towards Williams. Comes in. Williams wins the ball. Gets to the byline here. He's only got Coles in the centre here if he wants to find. Comes to the substitute Josh Chapman who shoots. It's deflected. And the spin takes out of it and goes through to the goalkeeper Daniel. Slough need to try and get back into their positions here. Ball's here with Daniel the goalkeeper. Still yet to kick the ball from his hands. Long kick down the field here for Biggleswade. Slough needs to win the ball. Comes off the back of a Biggleswade player. Volley clear by Sean Fraser. Finds Williams. Williams heads the ball on, but it goes through towards keeper Daniel. He takes it with his feet outside of his box. Looking to play the ball long down the field. It's flicked on well into the penalty area, but Jack Turner lets the ball run across his 6-yard box before stooping to pick the ball up with Bailey coming down on him. And it'll just slow the game down here. We've got a minute and a quarter left. Slough hanging on. Biggleswade 3, Slough Town 4. The second half comeback from Biggleswade. Can Slough see it out? Long kick here by Turner, aimed towards Coles, headed away by Perry. It's sure Scott Davies who wins the next header and finds Perry. Coles got Josh Jackman on the overlap but can't find him, and ball played in towards Fraser. Fraser chips the ball down the line looking for Manny Williams, headed away by Hoyt. Hogwell gets his head to it first, only as far as Bailey. Bailey keeps the ball into Gazzaboni, skips past the challenge of Josh Jackman in towards Perry. Perry's ball headed away by Scott Davies. It was in the end. It's come through to Hoyt. Hoyt plays the ball over. It's going to go all the way through to Jack Turner, who'll just wait for a Biggleswade player to come and chase it down before he picks the ball up, and does so as Bailey is that chasing player. And we've got 20 seconds of normal time, and then it's in the hands of the referee. Looks like Biggleswade want to make their third and final substitution. Poor ball by Slough, and it's going to be come here for Scott Davies. His ball isn't the best. It's come out here towards Perry. For what? Was he given I don't understand, but he's given a free kick here, and there's a final substitution for Biggleswade. Coming off is number 5, Nathan Hicks, scorer of the first goal. Coming on is Tayshan Griffiths. It's a free kick for Biggleswade. They've made their third and final substitution. Griffiths is the player on. Daniel, the goalkeeper, will take this free kick from around about 25 yards outside of his goal line. Just stops a little bit there and plays it down the field. It's a free header for Sean Fraser. His header finds Manny Williams. Ships over here for Coles. Coles was surely offside there, but Patrick has done well for Biggleswade to keep the ball in. Plays it outside here for the substitute Griffiths. Griffiths with a chance to run at Matt Lynch. Gets a little touch. Matt Lynch gets his body in the way. That's good defending by Matt Lynch, and then can bring the ball forwards for the Rebels. Rebels trying to take it down this left hand side and play it into the corner. Played in looking for Manny Williams. Williams has got Coles in the centre if he needs him. Manny Williams on the edge of the box, trying to shoot from distance. It takes a deflection off Biggleswade play. It stays in play, and Perry, the left back, can clear for Biggleswade down this left hand side. Sean Fraser will come and win the header. Good defensive header by him. Only going to find Hall. Hall plays it straight down the field here, and Slough have some defending to do. Guy Hollis up against Bowen. The ball's played into the box. It's a good ball. Matt Lynch has to come across to defend, and he does well to defend and clears it for a throw. Biggleswade fans looking for a handball. Some bloke just on his own singing, and it's a throw on the far hand side. Hoyt has gone forwards for this. We're into a minute and a half of added time. We get to see how long it's going to be added on. The ball comes into the box. It bounces around. It's smashed clear by Davies into the path for Williams. Williams will run the ball here. He's got Coles on this near hand side. On the far hand side, breaking is Togwell, of all people. Togwell on the far hand side just runs into the corner. He's got Jackman there as well, chipping the ball in the centre here towards Coles. Coles is onside, takes it down well, shoots the distance, and it's a fifth for the Rebels. Perry Coles is in the goals. It's Biggleswade 3, Slough Town 5, and on 98 minutes Slough have a fifth goal, and that should be the end of the game here, because it's the referee just in checking with his lines, but there wasn't an offside there, but there it is. And it's going to be we're still waiting for the kick-off to come here, but we played 3 minutes. We're into the third minute of added time here. It's Biggleswade with the kick-off. It's 3 goals for Biggleswade, 5 for the Rebels, and it's played here towards Hoyt. Hoyt back into Gazaboni, gets the ball stuck in his feet but chips the ball out. Plays it here only as far as Sean Fraser. Fraser's got plenty of time here. Biggleswade are just, I think that goal has done it, and that is the final whistle here at the Carlsberg Stadium. And as Carlsberg made football games, this would be what they made. It's been a great game of football in here. It's finished 5-3 to the Rebels. Goals from Chris Flood with a hat-trick, Manny Williams and Perry Coles. For Biggleswade, it was Hicks, Hall and Gaziboni. It's been a hugely entertaining game here, and it's finished with Slough with yet another away win on these trips, and another win as a sealing promotion. Only Tiverton Town can stop them from getting promotion now to the Southern, into the playoffs. Sorry, it's only Tiverton are the only team who can deny Slough a playoff place. They need 3 points from their final games to be certain of a playoff position, and it's been a good game of football here. Slough didn't started that first half really well, dominated the entire game, and were easily in front 3-0 at the end of that first half. Second half, Biggleswade really came at them then and got a goal back, then a second goal back, then Chris Flood completed his hat-trick. Biggleswade with a third goal back, and then wrapped up by Perry Coles in those final minutes of the game, and it's finished here. And it means that Slough go on to Kings Lynn on Saturday, a home game in good form. So thanks for joining us here on Rebels Radio. We are going to pack up quite quickly now, because we have to get the coach home, and I've got to do all the wires and everything. And there you go. So it's finished here at the Carlsberg Stadium. It's Biggleswade 3, Slough Town 5, and we will be back on Saturday. Thanks again for listening. Thanks for getting in contact. Enjoy the rest of your week. We'll be back on Saturday. Please come to the game if you can. If not, then we will be back on air on Saturday. Till then, thank you very much for joining me.